Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good morning or evening to you guys. Okay, hi. So today kita akan masuk on section 1.4 of kita punya chapter lah. Okay, chapter 1. Okay, so to end the chapter in our final subtopic, kita akan tengok tentang charge in uniform electric field. So you've learned already up until now electric force, electric field strength, the electric potential, the work done, okay, and also about electric potential energy. Now, kita akan pergi on a specific type of situation where kita akan release charge on a parallel plate. Okay, so the parallel plate dah saya explain in around our electric field punya section. Kita kata tentang parallel plate ni is a plate yang boleh mengeluarkan electric field yang selari, okay, or parallel lah, nama pun parallel plate kan. Where we have here positive and negative. Okay, so it produces an electric field, tapi kena tahu dia juga ada potential difference. Okay, always remember this one will have a higher potential, this one will have a lower potential. Macam contohnya sini 100 volt, sini kosong. Okay, always remember that the higher the potential should show the positive parts lah. Okay, and the zero will show, or macam 20 ke, or lower part will show the negative. Okay, so now we want to see what would happen kalau kita masukkan, for example, a positive charge ke a negative charge into our electric field. What would happen? Okay, into our uniform electric field. So in this situation kita akan tengok four situation. Okay, four situation whereby the first situation which saya dah tulis sini lah, stationary charge. What would happen if we bubuh a stationary charge? Okay, stationary charge in a uniform electric field, stationary charge. Then we will go into what will happen if we bubuh charge ni yang bergerak to what we call moving with perpendicular to the field. Perpendicular to the electric field. Then ada parallel to the electric field, okay, parallel to it. And finally kita pergi kepada moving in dynamic equilibrium. Okay, dynamic equilibrium tu, which we will show in the final part lah, almost in the final part, where dia bergerak tapi no acceleration. Okay, so A equal to 0. Okay, so let's see on the first part, stationary charge. Okay, stationary charge. So as you can see here for the stationary part in this section, so consider a stationary particle of charge Q0. Okay, so this is a normal charge lah. So kita nak tengok first kat sini lah. Okay, stationary particle of charge Q0 with a mass m. Okay, mass m is placed in a uniform electric field E. The electric field, the electric force, because we know kalau you letak charge positive, the positive would be attracted to the negative plate kan. So positive akan exert a electric force towards the negative charge yang ada di dalam plate ni. Okay, parallel plate tu macam saya kata, it harbors ataupun it stores charges. Okay, charges. So the positive charge akan attract to the negative charge by the electric force. Okay, so bila dia bergerak ke bawah ni, dia bergerak with a force. When you have force, apa yang kita ada? Actually kita ada acceleration. Saya tulis sini, hopefully semua tahulah F sama dengan Q0 E. Bukannya F sama dengan K, Q1, Q2 over R square tau. Okay, this is for a different case. This case adalah apabila kita tengok on two charges. Kat sini kita memang tengok dia two charges, tapi more better we see this more as the charge is attracted to another charge in a plate. Bila dalam plate, you kena guna this type of force. F sama dengan Q0 E. Senangnya kita dah tengok ni kan, F sama dengan E sama dengan F over test charge Q0 kan. It's the same thing. So kalau kita bubuh a normal charge without any test ke apa, you ada Q lah. But sini sepatutnya, sorry, bukan stationary charge, but test charge. Okay, test charge. So sini ada Q0 lah, sorry. So E sama dengan F over Q0, where we use the force, okay, of a charge particle in a uniform electric field. You must use this one, bukan yang ini. Okay, this is between two charges. Okay, please be careful. Okay, inside a uniform electric field, you use this one. So what would happen? Now, dia ada what I call the electric force yang menggerakkan dia for the positive towards the negative. But we know that when the charge moves, akan ada acceleration. It is accelerating downwards because it is attracted to the negative charge. So kita ada F equal to ma, but what is our F? Our F is our Fe. So our Fe is equal to ma, our electric force. Okay, so our FE equal to MA, dan kita tahu tadi FE kita sama dengan Q naught E kan. So as you can see here lah, okay, Q naught E equal to MA. So if you want to find the acceleration of a stationary charge, maksudnya stationary tu you bubuh charge tu in the middle of the field, what would happen? Okay, so the acceleration of the charge is Q naught E over M. Similarly, if you put a negative charge in the center, okay, sama je, the negative charge would be attracted to the positive charge, exerting an FE upwards. Okay, bila exerting an FE upwards, okay, if you want to find the acceleration A, since F equal to MA, jangan fikir pasal weight ke apa-apa di sini. You fikir pasal weight nanti on the dynamic punya part bila there's no dia bergerak with a constant speed. Di sini kita nak fikir about this charge punya weight, sebab we know kalau negative will always be attracted to the positive, so the weight here is negligible. Maksudnya you can ignore the weight here. Okay, because negative is attracted to the positive part, the weight ke apa dia tak kisah. Dia macam alah weight ni kecil sangat, pam, kita boleh lupakan dia. So you punya F equal to MA, so you punya, kita tahu F is equal to Q naught E, so QE equal to MA, again you punya acceleration A. Okay, so here acceleration is QE over M. Okay, so that's the acceleration. Okay, so because the electric field is uniform, which is constant in magnitude and direction, the acceleration of the particle is also constant. Okay, because as you can see here, it depends on the electric field, the mass and the charge itself. But benda ni tak berubah in drastic tau. Mass you takkanlah bila you turun bawah lagi berat ke tak kan. All of them is constant, so it should be the acceleration is also constant. Okay, so we see there what would happen if we bubuk a charge in a uniform electric field, the stationary charge. What would happen now if the charge is moving perpendicular to the field? So maksudnya, so as you can see bila saya ke bawah sini, okay, so the charge now is moving with an initial velocity of u dalam kita punya electric field. Okay, uniform electric field. So what would happen to our charge? Now when the charge is moving inside the uniform electric field, again kalau the positive, we always use the positive charge as a reference point. So the positive charge now is attracted to the negative plate. So dia akan pergi, bila masuk sini with the charge U, dia akan turun ke bawah. Sepatutnya ada attract, but dia sempat keluar daripada attraction tu before it is attracted to the negative. Dia sempat keluar from the field, so it will go into a constant path here. However, remember what we are experiencing now is what I call a parabolic path. So you met what I call two-dimension motion, okay, projectile motion. Okay, projectile motion in chapter 2 semester lepas, projectile motion. Okay, please bear in mind what you learn inside semester 1 will almost certainly be used again in semester 2 in certain cases. So janganlah, okay, flush down the toilet what you've learned in semester 1. Okay, so now when you do in parabolic path, remember back parabolic path apa? Ax equal to 0. There's no acceleration in the x, but you punya ay will be equal to, dalam semester 1 it's equal to g, right? Now it's not equal to g, it's equal to what we have learned before, it's equal to QE over M, this part. Okay, doesn't equal to g again. Like I said, you don't need to take into consideration the weight, because why? The force of attraction here is more bigger than the weight, so you can act the weight as negligible. You can ignore the weight in this case. Okay, so the ay here is the QE over M, which is here lah. Okay, and the AX is 0. Why is the AX equal to 0? Okay, kalau korang masih bertanya kenapa AX equal to 0, remember, if the AX is not equal to 0, you won't have a parabolic path. Kiranya, macam ni kan kita punya parabolic path. Okay, this is only true when AX equal to 0. But when AX is not equal to 0, you would have, dia bergerak macam ni and then chunk. Okay, dia punya ke bawah, dia punya ni akan bergerak lah, because there's acceleration. Okay, but we know the acceleration the x equal to 0, so barulah dapat parabolic path. So if you punya Ex is not equal to 0, you won't get the parabolic path. So the main thing here you want to note is, when moving in a perpendicular field, you ada parabolic path. Okay, parabolic path. So Ex equal to 0. However, remember, this part is a bit different from the projectile motion in this case. Okay, Why? Sebab in this case kita punya Vx is equal to U, kita punya Vy equal to ATI. Kemana perginya kita punya Uy? Okay, the Uy here is equal to 0. Why? Because now the charge is released perpendicular to the field. Okay. So bila release, kita tahu the initial velocity is 0. However, in this case, as you can see, there's initial velocity ada. However, there's initial velocity in the x direction. Okay, so when there's initial velocity in the x direction, okay, you punya uy would be equal to 0. Okay, punya uy would be equal to 0. Alright, kiranya ada je initial velocity at x, but at y, because the object is released, so it is 0. Ataupun kalau nak senang, you nampak dia gerak x saja kan, so x je lah ada initial, y tak ada initial. So bear in mind, you punya y nanti, you punya sy equals to uyt minus plus half at square, plus tau, kat ini bukan minus g. Remember, we're not dealing with gravity here, so if the uy equals to 0, okay, but you ada sy sama dengan half at square. Okay, so dalam ni you punya initial velocity je is 0 because you punya particle is moving in the x component. Okay, so that's the case where the charge is moving perpendicular to the field. Now, what would happen if the charge is moving parallel? Okay, in this case lah, parallel to the field. Maksudnya, kita tahu kita punya sekarang ni field kita adalah macam ni, ke bawah kan? Okay, ke bawah. So, tadi kita tengok case bila kita bubuh a charge here, tak bergerak, what happen? Then kita tengok what happen if we put a charge, okay, perpendicular to the field, V here, vector field kita ke bawah, so there's 90 degree there, okay, E dengan V. But now what happen if kita gerakkan dia same with the field? V dengan E is in the same direction, the velocity and the electric field is in the same direction. So what would happen if I were to put a positive charge here? So as you can see in this case, okay, in this case the positive charge. So if the positive charge is moving, is placed parallel to the field, it would be attracted again to the negative charge. If a negative charge is placed in the field, the negative will be attracted to the positive part. But the main thing here, okay, benda yang penting here is it's moving only in one dimension, only. Okay, tak kisahlah dia pergi mana ni, atas ke bawah, it's only moving in one dimension. So in this case, moving in the y axis. Okay, takkan move to the x lah, unless you putarkan you punya field macam tu. Itu lain cerita lah. But whatever happens, you terbalikkan you punya parallel plate ke apa, it will always move in one direction. Okay, so you use back the normal SUVET for the case kalau nak minta find the displacement curve, find the initial velocity, find the final velocity, find the acceleration, you use back the normal SUVET equation. Hopefully you remember the SUVAT ya. Okay, these three main equation dengan satu equation anak angkat. Okay, you use back the same thing. So if you want to read here, if a particle has a positive charge, its acceleration is in the direction of the electric field. Okay, blah blah blah, and all of that lah. You can read in the lecture note or here lah. But what I want you to know, this part is moving only in one dimension, so use back SUVET. Atas tadi perpendicular is moving in two dimensions, so you need to use back the projectile motion punya equation. Cuma a bit perubahan di situ is kita punya uy is 0. Okay, so now that is moving in a parallel to the field. Now our final part is charge is moving in a dynamic equilibrium. Apa maksud ni dynamic equilibrium sir? Okay, so the meaning of the dynamic equilibrium here is when the charge is moving with a constant velocity. Itu saja nama dynamic equilibrium ni. So the name or the term comes when now the field kita, kan saya kata you can ignore the weight selama ni, but now sebab sekarang ni it's moving with a constant velocity, there's no acceleration. So when there's no acceleration, you punya force ataupun you punya net force, okay, net force kita is equal to 0. So in this case, kita tak boleh like ignore weight. Dalam kita punya first three tu kita ignore weight because the force overwhelms our weight. But in this case, now since we have constant velocity, no acceleration, so our net force equal to 0. So mana-mana pun di sini, you punya force will be equal to the other side. Okay, so sebab force kita equal to 0, so kita punya Fe attraction kita is equal to the weight. So we need to consider weight in this case. Okay, sebab dia tak adalah overwhelming sangat because there's no acceleration here. There's still attraction, the force of attraction, but because there's no acceleration, okay, the force is in equilibrium, but we call this as dynamic equilibrium. Okay, so if a charge is in dynamic equilibrium, the V is constant and the acceleration is 0. the summation of force equal to 0, so our force is equal to weight in this case. Okay, so it will completely move in a straight line tanpa diganggu. Walaupun kita tahu positive ni should be attracted to the negative, but because there's no acceleration there, dia tak ada rasa nak pergi situ, nak buat macam ni. So this is the special case of the dynamic equilibrium. Okay, so finally to end the chapter, kita nak tengok tentang our relationship between the uniform electric field and the potential difference. Okay, so you have this equation inside your lecture note, but here I want to show how the equation datang lah. Okay, so katakan, okay, now I want to consider if I, guna pen biru sikit, if I want to move my test charge here in a uniform electric field. So I want to move my test charge from a positive, from position A to the position B. So what would happen? Okay, so my test charge here is positive. I'm moving here, right? I'm moving here, okay? But I know inside a uniform electric field, okay? So ada positive charge here, ada negative charge here. Okay, positive and ada negative. So my positive charge is attracted to my negative Fe. I nak bergerak daripada position A kepada position B. Okay, so here to here. But I know I tak guna pun my external force. Kenapa I tak guna my external force? Because my electric force yang melakukan kerja. Remember back in our chapter of work. Okay, okay, work. So again, work kita ada definition of positive work and negative work, right? So the work is positive if the work is done by the external force. If the work is not done by the external force, if it's done by the electric force, it is negative. So in this case, if you can see here, I nak gerak my charge ni from position A to position B. Okay, my positive test charge, remember test charge would almost always be defined as a positive, right? So I nak gerak my positive test charge from here to here. Tapi I know my positive is attracted to my negative. So I tak menggunakan apa-apa pun nak gerak. Dia sendiri, positive ni akan gerak to the negative part. So in itself, it will use the energy of the electric field. So kita tahu work is equal to Fr. Work is equal to F dot R kan. But in this case, kita dapat Fr sebab force kat sini. And also I want to move it over here. Okay, so dapat Fr lah. Tapi sebab the work done is by the electric field, remember kita tak guna external force ni. Sebab direction kita, electric field sini, and also sebab the positive is attracted to the negative, the electric field itself does the work. So kita punya ada negative W equal to Fr. Okay, now lepas tu apa? Lepas tu kita tahu, okay, in this case, work ni equal to apa? Work akan equal to delta VQ. Remember here, this is the potential difference punya equation. But we know ada negative, so you can substitute our work delta V into delta VQ into here. Katakanlah kenapa saya buat sini, sebab katakan saya nak gerak my charge here, and I also, okay, first gerakkan charge, gerak charge. Okay, this is what I want to do, gerak A to B. Then second, I want to find the potential difference. Potential difference dia berapa? Okay, difference A to B. So when I substitute W delta VQ inside this equation, I can dapat negative delta VQ equal to Fr. What will I do then? Okay, then I can bring my delta V negative Q ni to the right hand side, F over QR. So what is F over Q? F over Q is the electric field ER. So rearranging back, I will get E equal to negative delta V over R. Okay, please bear in mind here. Okay, negative sini is only for show. Only for show. Negative here indicates that the value of the electric potential decreases in the direction of the electric field. Betul lah. Sebab sini kita akan ada macam 100 volt, sini let's say kosong ataupun less than the 100 lah kan. But more further you are from the positive here, okay, more negative akan terjadi ataupun more decrease inside you punya potential. So this VU akan lagi decrease lagi jauh daripada kita punya positive plate ataupun akan terjadi more negative lah kan. So the negative here shows you what you call the direction of the electric field. In calculation, you can ignore the negative part. So E equal to delta V over R. Okay, so you can ignore the negative part inside you punya calculation lah. Okay, so the negative part can be ignored. So in any calculation, try to use the E equal to delta V over R lah. Okay, So, the derivation here, again, tak perlu tahu pun, just I want you to know where the equation comes from. Okay, the equation comes from here lah. Okay, when we want to move from A to B, what would happen? And also, the potential difference there lah, kalau saya nak cari. So, yeah, that's the equation. So, again, the negative here shows you the direction lah. Of the thing, but when we want to do calculation, you tak payah nak guna the negative part lah, hopefully. Okay, bukan hopefully, memang patut pun. Okay, so let's try to do a bit of question. So you can pause the video first before we try to do here a bit of our introduction to this chapter lah. Okay. Okay, so hopefully korang dah pause tadi. Kalau tak pause, kalau saja je nak tengok macam mana nak buat, baik pause dan cuba dulu. Final warning, okay tak apa, I trust you, you guys my student. Okay, so now, figure 1.11 here, okay, shows you the positive charge is placed inside a uniform electric field. So find the acceleration of the charge after it is traveled for a distance of 5 centimeters. Okay, so kita tahu kita punya distance here is 5 cm ataupun 5 times 10 to the power negative 2 meter lah. Okay, meter sorry, tak ada meter square. Okay, then kita tahu kita punya kita punya delta V kita punya delta V lah, the potential difference here is basically just 1000 lah. Okay, 1000 sebab you have here 1000 as our initial, then diturun bawah as our final. So you should have a 1000 there lah. Okay, tapi sekejap, tak puas hati pula kenapa kita. Okay, tapi as you can see here kan, kalau lah you tak ignorekan negatif kan, E sama dengan negatif delta V over R, because kita tahu kita punya delta V ni is V final tolak V initial kan, over R. So remember, bila kita asyik kat sini from positive, kita will always start from here, goes down tau. So here is the final, here is the initial. The final will always be lower than in the initial. So kalau in this case negatif 0 tolak 1000, okay, over R, you should get back the positive value over R. Okay, so in this case, kalau lah you tak nak kalau you tak nak ignore the negative, should be okay lah. But remember, dalam delta ni you jangan terus masuk 1000 lah, you masuk 0 tolak 1000. Kalau you nak ignore the negative, delta V ni you terus masukkan 1000. Okay, so that's all of that lah. Hopefully all of that. Okay, so di sini, okay, travel. Oh, okay, bukan. Travel distance acceleration. Okay, so the distance D ni bukan 5 cm, sorry saya silap. Okay, the distance D here refers to the distance between the two plates. So the distance between two plates is 0.1 meter. Okay, so D is 0.1 meter. So from here we can find, so kita tahu delta V kita is 1000. So what do you call, E sama dengan V over D terus. Okay, kiranya if you want to do the positive part, nak guna positive, you jangan ada, well, okay, saya dah dapat dah. Okay, sebab ramai juga orang tanya benda ni. So kalau you nak guna terus tanpa negatif ni, you guna ni. Okay, guna ni, UV ni you terus masukkan 1000. Kalau you nak guna ada negatif tu, E equal to negative delta V over D, you guna ni. Ini kalau you nak guna negatif, dia ada delta meaning final tolak initial. Kalau tak nak guna negatif tu, terus E sama dengan V over D. Okay, that's the final verdict. Okay, cukup. Asyik tak saya share memikir je benda tu. Okay, so kita ada E sama dengan V over D. Okay, so now our E equals to 1000 over 0.1. So I can get my electric field here is equal to 1.0 times 10 to the power of 4 nanocoulomb negative 1. Tak habis lagi, sebab apa? Find the acceleration of the charge. So kita nak cari acceleration is equal to apa? Sekejap, saya pun lupa. So F sama dengan MA, FE lah. So FE equal to QE equal to MA. So our A is equal to QE over M. So now what is our Q in this case? Our Q is the, what you call, charge kita. Charge kita ada. Oh, ada. Okay, 10 darab 10 kuasa negatif 6. Okay, what is our electric field? Now it's 1 darab 10 kuasa 4 over the mass of 0.1 times 10 to the power negative 3 dalam kilogram. So you should have here the acceleration is equal to 1000 meters per second. Okay, so the main part dalam soalan ni kena berjaga-jaga. Baca after it travels a distance ni kan. So the distance here is not equal to 5 cm tau. Sebab charge ni bergerak here 5 cm. Tapi from the equation of E equal to V over D, what is the D here? The d here refers to the distance of the plate. So please be careful on that. So the d here is not the distance traveled by the charged particle. The d here refers to the distance between the plate. Okay. So we have another one. Okay, the question 12 again. Okay, so saya pause sekejap lah. Okay, so hopefully korang boleh pause dulu before we try to do the question 12. Okay, so hopefully korang dah pause. Okay, I'll give you dalam masa 5 saat. Pause ke tu? Okay, kalau korang dah pause. Okay, so let's try to do the question 12 together. Let's go for question number 12. A. Okay, so sketch the path of the electron beam in the electric field after emerging from the electric. Sketch the path of the electron beam in the electric field after emerging from the electric field. So sekarang ni dia nak sketch lah rupa dia macam electron is a negative charge. So daripada sini kan dia tak ada pun tulis dia punya positive ke negative charge mana. But hopefully you know the positive part should show here. This is the positive. Okay, positive. And the negative here should show you the negative charge lah. Okay, negative. So again, always remember they will always go from a higher potential to a lower potential. The higher potential will always be the positive plate. Okay, so the negative electron kalau you nak draw, okay, saya pun draw tak cantik tau. But if you draw the same, almost as similar as this, okay, then korang betul lah. Okay, then I'm going to go with a bit of black. Okay, electron kita. So the electron charge here, bila dia gerak dalam ni, sebab dia sekarang ni minta sketch the path. So you sketch path you. Okay, dia gerak sini, gerak. Dia akan pergi macam mana? Parabolic path, it is attracted to the positive plate. Sekejap. After emerging from. Okay, so dia takkan start kat sini lah. Dia nak path kita lepas kita keluar daripada sini. So saya nak cantik sikit. Sekejap, padam sikit. Sorry. Dengan nama dia, padam sikit. Saya macam ni. Okay, so maksud dia nak tengok path kita dalam electric field ni, and also bila dia keluar. So bila sini dia akan attract to the negative, to the positive. Okay, dia keluar situ. Okay, so it is attracted to the positive. Dalam ni dia tak melekat. Okay, dia tak melekat. Kenapa dia tak melekat? Sebab dia nak minta soalan dia sketch the path after emerging from the electric field. Okay, so maksudnya kita punya charge ni will go through the electric field. So dia akan melayang keluar in a parabolic path. So you can draw it more better lah. I draw a bit tak cantik. But it should go macam situ. Okay, dia akan keluar electric field ni and it will move a bit higher lah than our normal conventional straight line. Okay, that's A. B. Explain kenapa kita terjadinya benda ni. Okay, so it happens here because outside. Okay, kenapa dia gerak macam ni? Kenapa? Why does it feel like this? Okay, so outside the electric field. Okay, ni electric field lah. Okay, outside the electric field. Okay, so okay, straight line because. Okay, so this is the straight line. This is the straight line. Straight line because because no force is acting on the electron. Okay, so it moves a bit outward like here. Sebab apa? Our electron is attracted to our positive plate. Okay, but now outside of the electric field, okay, it is straight line because there is no force is acting on our electron. So that's the explanation lah. Okay, why it moves straight. So C. Okay, determine the magnitude of the acceleration of the electron for compound X, compound pula, component X and component Y. Oh, okay. So sekarang ni soalan minta what happens? We want to find the component of X and component of Y. Why? Sebab we're moving in a parabolic path. Okay, so sekarang soalan minta acceleration of AY apa, AX apa. Okay, so confirm kita dah boleh jawab satu. AX kita sama apa? 0, because remember parabolic path. Okay, the AX will be equal to 0. Our AY pula will be equal to apa? Confirm QE over M. QE over M. Okay, so now the question is, kita ada Q tak? Adalah charge of the electron. So this is the charge of electron. So the charge of electron is 1.6 times 10 to the power negative 19. Okay, negative 19. So over the mass of the electron. The mass of the electron kita ada 9.11 times 10 to the power negative 31. Kalau korang pelik semana tiba-tiba keluar dua makhluk ni, it's inside you punya constant punya sheet. Try to see back lah for the charge of the electron and mass of the electron, it's given. Okay, so what about my electric field here? Okay, my electric field should be here. My electric, ada tak ada bagi electric field kita? Siapa? 200. Okay, so itu kita punya potential. Okay, so V sama dengan ED. Okay, V sama dengan ED. So our V here is 400. Why is 400? The negative 200 tolak dengan kita punya what do you call? Dia from one part to the other lah, should be 400 lah kita punya electric potential. Okay, should be 400. Daripada 200 ni nak pergi kepada our negative 200, so it should be 200 lah, ataupun negative final kita adalah 200 tolak kita punya initial adalah kita punya 200. Okay, so you should have here berapa? Positive 400. Okay, this is using the negative delta V lah. Okay, kalau you tak nak guna negative delta V tu, you kena tahu from 200 here nak pergi pada negative 200, it's 400 terus lah. Okay, better senang kalau guna je lah negative ni. Okay, senang cerita. Right, so 400 equal to E. What is our D here? Remember distance between field 15 darab 10 kuasa negatif 3. So you should have you punya electric field akan equal to 2.67 times 10 to the power 4. Hopefully lah. Okay, sekejap ya saya calculate sekali. Okay, tu saya congak je dalam otak saya. Congak dalam otak kan. Okay, 400 equal to 15 E negatif 3. Yeah, so you should get 2666. Okay, so which is 2.67 times 10 to the power of 4. Okay, so that is our electric field here. 2.67 times 10 to the power of 4. Okay, so here you should get you punya AY sama dengan 4.689 times 10 to the power 15 meters per second. Okay, second square. Jaga-jaga orang tu anak dia. Saya pun hampir terlupa. Okay, so we've done on our chapter 1. Hooray! Okay, so try to do the other two questions. If you have any question, please do ask. Okay, but the main thing here is dalam chapter 1 you've learned about charges lah. Okay, so after this it will get a bit easier lah if you master a bit of this lah, sebab kita akan guna this dalam chapter 2, chapter 3 and so on lah. Okay, so I hope to see you guys again. If you have any question on our lesson here, okay, please do ask lah. Okay, so sorry sir terpaksa buat video online, sir ada hal sikit today. So I'll see you guys on our next class. Okay, Assalamualaikum and a very good day lah.